News Radio 1290 WNBF. It's the Binghamton Now program on March 1st. We are so pleased to welcome to the program Andrew Matsushima.
Hello, Bob. How are you doing?
Very good. Very good. You grew up in Vestal?
Yep. Born and raised in Vestal. Graduated from Vestal High School in 2008. Then after that, went away for 4 years to the University of Rochester, up in Rochester, New York. Got my biomedical engineering degree, and now I'm back home. I'm working in the area. Well,
and we'll talk more about what you're specifically doing with a recently formed company here in Binghamton, actually, which is now located just a couple of blocks away from our studio. We'll get to that in a moment. People may be familiar with your last name, and for good reason. Your father has been in the restaurant business here locally for a long time, and so many people are very familiar with him.
Oh, yep. My dad, Richard Matsushima, originally from Japan, he started Kanpai Japanese Steakhouse in 1975, so this is his 38th year of business. And he has had a pretty, at least in my point of view, and from what I've heard from people, is that he's had a really big influence on this community. He's really helped, and all about the revitalization of this community. And being a business owner, he would like to see new businesses started, jobs created, and people coming in to kind of increase the wealth of this area and increase business.
Well, it's interesting to me that you have a commitment to seeing this area improve, and to my way of thinking, I've lived in this area, the Southern Tier, all my life. I grew up in Broome County, and I take a lot of pride in what's existed here over the years, and have been concerned about this period of transition we've seen over the last 25 or so years as certain companies have had to adjust. I mean, IBM got started here, but we obviously see IBM's presence here is much diminished compared to what it was, say, about 30 years ago. So it's a time of transition, but it's not a time for people to lose hope.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's very true. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, the economy is kind of going down in the drains, and we are losing big businesses, as you said, IBM. But that doesn't mean that we can't really make this community back to where it was before. And what we should be doing going forward is really championing on these startup companies, these entrepreneurs who are creating businesses and bringing business opportunities and jobs to small areas like this area.
And to that end, you now are working for Synostics, and they're set up at the incubator site that exists at 123 Court Street. Tell us a little bit about the story of the company, and first, how you got involved in this company, because the people involved with Synostics have been doing a lot of research right here in Broome County at Binghamton University.
Well, it's a really interesting story. So the technology that we used, it came out of Binghamton University, and it was developed by Dr. Ken McLeod of the bioengineering department. And during the summers of 2010 and 2011, I had an internship at the university. That's when I was introduced to Ken McLeod, as well as the Myowave hardware that we are actually using. And so while I was there, we did research. The first summer, we were doing research on athletes, and more specifically, it was female athletes, and we were trying to determine if we can predict non-contact ACL injuries. So for anyone out there that doesn't understand what I just said, it's exactly what happened to Robert Griffin III of the Washington Redskins. When he fell and he injured his ACL, he didn't get hit at that point. He did have other injuries from before, but it is caused by by loading on your knee in a particular way to kind of cause this damage. So we started off in that direction using the technology, and then we transitioned to people with knee pain, because knee pain is a very, very common thing. And anyone out there with knee pain, it really, really affects their life. The quality of life drastically decreases, and it's hard to do the things in life that they were able to do before. Walk up and down stairs, for example, and that's a very, very simple everyday thing that we have to do. So using this technology, we have a way of determining the muscles and how they work and their muscle effort. So we look at specifically four muscles around the thigh, and we determine if there are any weak muscles, and what we can do is give our clients specific recommend exercises that can help strengthen these weak muscles. And it's really interesting, going back to the whole knee pain issue. 2/3 of people with knee pain don't even tell their doctors. And this is because they think that the doctors will say it's just because of the aging process, it's too early to operate, there's nothing to be done until you get so bad you have to have a total knee replacement, or they'll just give you painkillers. So people really, I guess, don't want to be taking medication their whole life, or even have to have a very invasive surgery such as a knee replacement. So a really easy way of doing that is using exercises to help strengthen and stabilize the knee.
Well, and you make a good point. After people get to a certain age, they just figure, well, if I've got pain in the knee, it's pretty much to be expected. Maybe, you did certain sports in high school or college, and you think, well, that's just something that you're stuck with, and there's probably not much that can be done until, as you say, until it gets so bad that surgery is viewed as the only option, and an expensive option too.
Oh yeah, it was actually really interesting too. Our CEO, Chuck Schwerin, he went to Chicago and talked with a fairly famous orthopedic surgeon. His name is Brian Cole, and he is the surgeon for the Chicago Bulls, the White Sox, and he actually works for Rush Medical. And he operated on Derrick Rose's knee, so he knows a lot about knee pain and injuries, especially dealing with the knee. And he said 1 in 5 people that come to him with knee pain, he can help. The other 4, he can't help, and that could be due to age and many other factors. So pretty much 80% of the time, we can help because muscle imbalance or weak muscles in the leg that kind of cause us to not be able to use our knee joint properly. That is the reason why we have this knee pain, and the misuse of the joint is a very, very big factor.
Seems that given what has been developed here with the research that's gone on at Binghamton University, and now that the company has been formed with this new approach to dealing with knee pain, seems now one of the biggest things will be to enlighten people and educate people about this, because again, the average person has no clue about the various factors that may be associated with knee pain.
Oh, yeah, that's very true. Well, and right now people can go to physical therapists and they give them exercises, but they have no way of getting any kind of biofeedback of how the leg is working. So we have a device that can give us like a hint of where we need to be working, what specific exercises and specific muscles we need to be strengthening to help balance and stabilize the knee. And that's what makes us different from traditional ways of dealing with knee pain.
Now, I understand recently Synostics has been working, sort of collaborating with Broome County government and making some opportunities available to some county employees if they find themselves in this sort of situation with knee pain that hasn't been properly diagnosed yet, and perhaps they have questions. Tell me a little bit about how the company has been working with the county.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting point you made. Broome County sees the benefit that we can potentially have with our device as well as with our recommendations of exercises. So anyone with the REMSCO insurance, any Broome County employee, and that includes family members as well, they can come in and have our service taken care of by the insurance. And actually, it's really, really interesting. We were going through all the data that we collected, and of all the people that we've had in, there are 8 people that have come for at least 2 assessments. And that means you come in initially for a first assessment. This is about an hour and a half. And we go through whole process and figure out what you need to do to help you with your knee pain, what particular exercises we need to recommend. And then from there, about 4 weeks later, we have our clients come in again and do the same thing and see if they've improved and see if their muscles have gotten stronger. And 8 people that we've had come in, 6 of them have said that they have been able to do more things their pain has decreased. It's easier for them to walk up and down stairs, do different things, play golf, for example. There's a gentleman who actually is going to Florida right now, and this is after 4 weeks of doing these exercises. He is now able to play golf. And the other 2 people who didn't have any change in pain, they feel that their knee is more stable, and it's easier for them to do, the walking up and down stairs and the everyday life, walking around, sitting up, standing, sitting and standing up, that type of thing. So it's really helped their life a lot.
Well, it sounds encouraging. Sometimes people, again, just figure if it's pain, I'm going to have to live with it. And as you alluded to earlier, if some people go to their doctor and speak of pain, I think too often, if the doctor isn't that well versed on some of these issues, it's, well, okay, I'll prescribe you something, and we all know the potential dangers of reliance on pain-killing prescriptions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another interesting thing is when it comes to the MRI, pretty much you either see a damage in the cartilage or a damage within the knee, or you don't. And from there, they can say, yes, you need a knee replacement, depending on your age and many other factors, or no, we can't really do anything. And from there, you can go to a physical therapist or be given painkillers. And this actually adds up. The out-of-pocket expense can be anywhere from $320 to $400, just paying for the copays. And this includes 12 visits to a physical therapist. So this price really, really adds up. And really what we like to show is that you do not have to live with knee pain. And you can do simple exercises that we can recommend and you can take home, and you don't have to go to a gym. If you go to a gym, you can take these exercises and do them there, but it's something very simple that you can add to your daily routine. So we want to make this easy for our clients to manage their knee pain.
If people would like to learn more about Synostics, what can they do?
They can visit our website at myowave.com or give us a call at 855-MYOWAVE. That's 855-696-9283.
Sounds like an exciting time, especially to be affiliated with a new enterprise and with research that has been developed right here in essentially your hometown. You grew up in Vestal, and the researchers have been working at Binghamton University in recent years to come up with concepts that potentially not only can make people's lives better, but looking forward can also mean some good things from a business standpoint for our community. The fact that a company can be developed with local researchers, and it seems to me with something like this, the potential is enormous.
Oh yeah, it's very, very true. Right now we've only barely scratched the surface of the technology that we're using, and we're using this at the moment for knee pain. But in the future, we can use this for athletes, determining what muscles you need to kind of get the best results in your performance. We are also focusing on back pain and shoulder pain. So we really haven't even gotten that far into the knowledge that we can gain of the technology that we're using. And Binghamton University is that great kind of starter of this great startup company.
Well, and it's good to know because of the history that we have had in what many people over the years have referred to as the Valley of Opportunity. There are opportunities in the future. We should be proud of our heritage with Endicott Johnson and IBM, the work that was done by Edwin Link, and so on. But there is on the horizon, I think, the hope for all sorts of new innovations and new technology thanks to young people like yourself and also the researchers who you're working with at Synostics.
Yes, definitely. Well, hopefully this can kind of get people to want to stay in this area. I know that the weather is not the best, and I kind of question why I stay here every now and then. But it's a really, really great area. As you mentioned, I do have my roots here, and I want to continue to try to help out this area, grow this community, because this community has given a lot to my family, and with the Kampai Japanese Steakhouse, and it's time for me to give back and to help out this area.
Andrew Matsushima, I thank you for being with us today, sharing your story and also the story of Synostics.
Bob, thank you very much. And if anyone does have knee pain, please check out our website at myowave.com or give us a call at 855-696-9283.
I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.